Hey guys, before getting into the video, I would like to introduce myself since it's my first video and I gotta get used to talking to a camera. I'm a 19-year-old college student. I've been doing calisthenics for around 3 years now, and this whole video is just gonna be about my planche workout routine, pumps, bench, biceps, and posing. Back to the video.
Got our dinner before hitting the lift, so a lot of protein. Got some chicken, got some pork, veggies, and some potatoes, and a little banana.
Alright, if you want to learn a skill, it's gonna take a lot of consistency and a lot of time. Like, we can't just rush these things. I know there's people out there getting the full planche in like 4 weeks, and they're like, well, what the heck. And even then, genetics is a role. Like in bodybuilding, genetics is pretty key to having a good physique and good proportions. And it's kind of similar to calisthenics. If you want to do a good skill in a certain way and correct technique and all that, some people have it easier because they have better body positions, or no position, because they have better body proportions. Yes, if you want to learn a skill, there's a strength base to it, but there's also a technique base to it. So you can be like freaking crazy strong and like only train the strength. And there's some calisthenics skills where you can kind of do that and you're just gonna get the skill, like human flag, for example. You just get that through being strong, relatively strong. But if you're training planche, for say, or front lever, you can't just like power through it, really. I mean, for front lever, kind of. I'd say you kind of can, but you need to have the technique for it. So there's the strength parts and there's the technique, and you need to work on both to have it good form calisthenics skill. You're basically getting yourself in the position you want, in the skill that you want to do. And so you can mind muscle connection, and then you can kind of figure out the technique. And there's a lot of videos out there as well describing the technique on proper protraction, proper engagement, muscle engagement, all that stuff. So that's what I gotta say for that. Also, when it comes to aesthetics and good physique proportions, when you just do calisthenics, like you get really lean, you get really good muscle groups. But if you're just focusing on skills, you're not gonna get like the crazy cool proportions bodies, you know what I mean? So like if I only train planche, I'm not gonna hit, let's say a whole bunch of upper chest, because you're just not hitting that muscle group as hard. It'll be a lot of lats and shoulders. So that's why I do like incline bench, because in my sets I don't hit a lot of upper chest, and then that's going to increase a little bit muscle imbalances between your lower chest and your upper chest. A lot of the skills and a lot of exercises hit or focus on your lower chest, so you can have a really developed lower chest. But in my personal opinion, I think if you just have like a really developed lower chest but like no upper chest, it just kind of looks a little goofy, a little saggy. But if you can train your upper chest, I like to do incline bench, which targets that specific muscle group and then helps develop and make your body not as improportionate. So when I do say you can do calisthenics, if you just do calisthenics for skills, that's great, that's awesome. But if you also want to do calisthenics for aesthetics as well, I would say you got to be mindful on what skills are going to be training your certain muscle groups, and so you can get those ones developed as well. And for me in that case, I do like doing some weights. So it's not all calisthenics. You can do all calisthenics per se, but if you're like me, I like benching too. Benching's fun as well. So I can't just do planche and just like hate my life. I will also say though, if you want to get a certain skill, if you just only focus is just getting a skill, just train that skill. Like the fastest way to get a skill is just by only training that skill, I'd say, and train it correctly as well. That being said, don't take gear, but that's my opinion on all that stuff.
So I keep yapping here, but if you guys made it to the end of the video, I'm actually super surprised. Leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe. Thanks for being a part of my first video. See you guys.